stadium. Their silence is deafening. 136 Israelis are still being held hostage by Hamas. Bring them home.
As much as I would like to continue to be sexually harassed by a stranger on the internet for the benefit of the show, I went ahead and blocked him.
Would you prefer if I just sexually harassed you here?
And now, Cheez Wits.
Bonjour.
Hello.
No, I said bonjour.
Yeah. I'm an American.
I'm an American.
America.
This is American. I'm an American.
Where's my Bud Light?
Well. Hey, speaking of Bud Light, I don't know why it's reminding me of this, but it's making me think of country music. What do you think of the Tracy Chapman duet thing?
The duet thing at the Grammys?
Who she's singing Fast Car with?
Luke Combs.
Toby Keith.
Luke Combs.
Yeah, Luke Combs. What do you think about that?
I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's great too. I do have a thought. Oh,
well, should we wait for Chris to join us, or are we just off to the races right now?
I think he's going to be late.
Obviously.
His last message.
He has a cold.
I'm feeling like fuck.
He's congested. Fucking men and your colds.
Girl, I don't take time off for colds.
Well. Oh, look who's joined. There he is. How are you feeling? Very quiet.
Oh.
He left the call.
Oh, I think he said, I feel like fuck and I ain't putting up with her shit today.
What'd you fucker say?
You came on and just said, oh, you got a cold, and you were gone instantly.
I'm gonna take that bitch's shit today.
That's what I figured. That's what I said in the interim. I said, I know he heard you, and he said, I ain't taking her shit today.
Right.
Good.
I am done with this.
Oh my God, I fucking hurt. And it's I think it's, brother-in-law has got flu B, whatever the fuck flu B is. It's like preparation H, I guess. But
flu B?
Flu B. I don't know what the fuck that is. But Flo B, that's the thing you used to cut your hair with, Wally.
It's an extra man cold.
Yeah. But I've got I don't know whether mine is actual sickness or whether it's psychosomatic, because every time I get ready to leave town on a work trip, I always get a head cold. So I am I'm going to Birmingham tomorrow, and my head's pretty fucked up.
Oh, so. Yeah, Birmingham.
And how stupid is the airline
You'll be fine
system?
In Birmingham. You're white.
No, Birmingham's fine. Well, yes, that is true. But and I can say as much as the next guy, you ain't from around here, are you, boy? I can do that just like they do.
Wow.
But, I have to go to Chicago to Birmingham, which makes no sense. And then on the way home, I have to go Birmingham, Houston to here. So stupid.
That's really dumb.
And B, Houston sucks to fly in and out of.
Oh, well, I'd rather, my other choice was Detroit, and I fucking despise that airport.
Yeah.
Well, so I might take.
So that's what, Delta?
No, it's all Southwest.
Really?
Yeah, Delta would be going through Atlanta no matter what. You could have to go from New York to, Boston, and it would take you to Atlanta and then back.
See, I'm feeling like I would fly into Detroit before Houston, and only because I think you have an equal chance of getting murdered in each state's airport, in each city's airport, except you have a better chance of getting murdered in Houston because it's 3 miles between terminals.
Well, and the good part is I've got tomorrow morning, I've got, I think, an hour and 10 minutes between flights. So that should be okay at Chicago. But in Houston, I've got 3 hours.
Oh, man.
So I make
it's almost enough to make it to your next gate.
Yeah.
Almost.
And if you're close to your next gate, I would just go into a bathroom in a stall, put my feet up, lock the door, and whimper a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a tough place to fly into. I really think it is. I mean, I'm sure some people say it's fabulous, but my experiences, and I've only had 3 experiences in that airport, have not been great experiences.
I just hope they've got a rub and tug in there. If they do, I'll be fine.
Oh yeah, you'll be good. You'll be good. Right, it's right next to the shoe shine.
Okay, good. You want a hand job? Yes, I do.
And you take your shoes off and get those done while you're getting a hand job.
I got my hand job and a shoe shine. Why haven't we thought of that as our next business idea, Jess? You can do the shoe shines.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm in.
Well, I think there's bigger tips in the rub and tug.
That is exactly right.
It's better tipping. You don't have to claim them.
Yep, I'm going to go by my my radio name, Hand Job Henry. It'll be fun.
So before you came on, just right quick, it doesn't matter. So I was just mentioning to Jess before you came on that
how was Jeff?
Jeff's fine, and Jess is pretty good too.
Good.
We know a Jeff. Jess and I do. We know Jeff Shapiro. You remember him, Jess? The owner of well, he was the majority owner of the radio stations
In Ithaca?
under Ken. Yeah.
I don't know if I ever met him.
Yeah, you may have never, because he was usually on some sort of fabulous vacation somewhere.
I knew Ken.
As majority owners usually are. They're usually on fabulous vacation somewhere while minority owners actually do the work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was mentioning to Jess, is that tonight, by the way, the Tracy
Grammys?
Chapman?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so they're making such a big hoodoo out of the Tracy Chapman, Luke Combs fast car thing.
Well, but do you understand why they're making such a big deal about it?
Because they're black and white. I don't know why.
No, because Luke covered the song and had a huge hit with it.
I know that.
And then won Song of the Year.
I think it's a lousy version of it.
And then won Song of the Year with it, which made her the first black solo writer to get a #1 country song.
Yeah.
And whether his version is better than her version or not is irrelevant. He made the song relevant again and brought her a whole bunch more fans. And so that's why they put them together for the Grammys.
Well, that's not why they put them together for the Grammys.
No, it is.
They put them together because it's a black female and a white male who's a country yokem, whatever. If he was,
I don't think so.
If he was a black country artist, there's one. They wouldn't be together doing that.
There's actually more than you think, first of all. And secondly, yes, the fuck they would.
I don't think they would. I think it's a huge amount of. I just think it is. Maybe it's not.
I think Wally might be the only person who is more jaded than me.
I'm jaded by motive. Definitely, I don't believe the motive that much. I think there's an underlie there that if she and I. So, anyways, the only thing I wanted to say was her version of that. You can feel her version. Mm-hmm. His is just a song. It's him singing, and
which is almost always the case about any song written by one person and performed by another.
Yeah, lots of times.
Almost always. Times. Almost always.
Most times.
I remember the first time. So Garth Brooks in around 2005, I think, recorded a song called "More Than a Memory," and it debuted at #1. It debuted at #1. It was like making all kinds of history. And his version of that song was fine. I didn't know who Lee Brice was at the time, but right. Lee Brice actually wrote that song. And when I met Lee a couple of years later and then heard him sing that song, I never needed to hear Garth Brooks sing it again.
Yeah, well.
Because Lee wrote it from his own personal feelings and experiences and sang it the way he felt it, And Garth was like, this is a nice song. I think I'll sing this one. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you on the writing part, though. There are, I'm sure we can all grab parts of somebody who wrote a song. Carole King writes "Natural Woman." Aretha Franklin crushes that song.
Well, now Aretha is an exception because she could sing literally anything.
But she crushes the song.
Yeah.
In comparison,
Sure, there are always exceptions.
Yeah, there's always exceptions, and we probably could come up with some. I would like it to be. You know what? Maybe it's this. Maybe I'm tired of having to continuously point out the first of anybody to do anything. The first, it's the first white guy or the first black woman to write a song that became Song of the Year and a country art, blah, blah. When do we get past all of this shit and just say,
maybe when it's not only white
great
dudes
song.
winning all the things and doing all the things and getting credit for all the things. Maybe when it's more commonplace.
When what?
When it's not only white dudes winning all the things and getting all the recognition and all the accolades.
If white dudes do it, then they deserve it. Just like if black dudes do it, they deserve it.
Sure, but how many gatekeepers have been keeping black people out of country music? A lot. A lot.
I don't know.
A lot.
I'm not sure.
A lot.
Not me.
Well, you're not currently gatekeeping anybody's country music stations. So
not you. No, not now, but back in the day.
Mm-hmm. The reason that it's a big deal is because they've broken through the gate. And when it stops is when it's not a rarity anymore.
Oh, it's going to be a rarity. When do you foresee this happening again soon?
I don't know, but I can see that doors are opening. The genre is expanding.
So I don't know how long it is, and I'm only throwing this guess out there. It's probably 50 years between the time a black woman won an Oscar and the next black woman won an Oscar.
Mm-hmm. And you don't think that's a problem?
I think it's a problem. Sure. What I'm saying is we make a big deal out of it, then it dies like everything else. Like not just that.
So we just shouldn't acknowledge it?
Not just race. Everything. I mean,
but are you saying then that we just are supposed to just not acknowledge it?
Honestly, who gives a shit?
The people who maybe dream of making country music as black people and think, but they don't let black people do that because it's never been done, because nobody's ever acknowledged that it's happened.
Because I don't know why, but who in the real world, who gives a shit whether it's a black woman or a white woman or a black man or
that's really easy to say when you are a member of the class of human beings that has ruled over everything and succeeded at everything. You are well represented in every facet of the world.
Yes, so are half the homeless people in this country. They're well represented by the same people that represent me.
Yeah.
White males.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? You can be represented by people.
I don't see how that is.
You have to work fucking hard to get there.
I don't see that's an equivalent. So are you saying the only reason more black people haven't gotten into country music is because they haven't worked hard?
No, maybe because they weren't interested in it. Maybe they didn't care about it. Maybe that's the good reason.
Maybe, yeah. And probably all the women that haven't been getting airplay in country radio haven't worked hard either.
So how come there aren't as many white soul singers as there are black soul singers? It's not what they wanted to do. I mean, we can say the same in some other areas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And do you think there are no gatekeepers in the opposite direction?
Are there black people keeping white people out?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean,
just like, right. But that's what I'm saying. There is no difference. If you fucking.
I mean, we made a big deal when Eminem had hit songs as a rapper.
We didn't.
We did. As a society, we did.
No. No.
As a society, we did, because
I
it was
had
an
no big
unusual
deal on
thing. Chris. I mean, you could pop into this conversation, Chris.
Chris, now I don't know if that's fair.
As Howard Stern once said, kill, kill, kill the white man.
That
Kill
is a
him
great
till
bit.
he's dead.
No way. Is that him? I thought that was, I think that's Eddie Murphy.
No. That was Mama Lickaboobade in the traffic helicopter.
But didn't Eddie Murphy do that bit too?
Probably.
I think Eddie Murphy does that bit too. Kill, kill, kill the white man.
Kill him till he's dead.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Mhm.
So what is this? What is this? Flu B. What is this?
The fuck do I know? My goddamn doctor. I don't fucking know what it is. I was just told it was flu B.
Your doctor told you that?
No. JT, my brother-in-law.
Oh.
That's what he's got. No.
Is this a self-diagnosed flu B?
Could be.
I've got flu C. I'm really sick.
I've got flu FU.
That's a condition I live with
No kidding, you do.
every day of my life.
God, there's Jess with flu bitch resting face. How about that? That's a neat flu. Look at
Like
that.
you know what? So I do know people with resting bitch face.
Yeah.
Jess definitely does not have a resting bitch face.
Oh, thanks, Wally.
Yeah, no,
It's very nice.
No, Jess has a resting murder face.
Well,
I'm gonna
some people
kill you.
somebody would think that's a bitch.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
some
no, I
people-
don't think Jess has a resting bitch face at all. She tends to the corners of her mouth do not go downward. Jess, let me. Oh, now she makes the pursed lip look though.
Uh-huh.
Well, now there's
Look at-
pressure.
Look at she's got the
Now
reverse
everybody's
smile
looking
line.
at me.
Yeah, oh yeah, everybody's looking at me. We're all taking a look.
So I saw this guy on TikTok the other day who said he bought a house on Amazon
Mm-hmm.
for $27,000.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And so first I was like, wait a minute. No, he didn't. And then I looked on Amazon and you can legit buy, I mean, it's a tiny house. It's like there's a 1 bedroom and there's a little kitchen, but it's basically a tiny house that he bought for $27,000. And I was like, okay, if you've got like the land to put it on, that's probably a cool thing. You can hook it up to the plumbing and the heat and everything. But then I was like, shit, does that mean you have to put it together with an Allen wrench? Because no, count me out.
It's not IKEA, for fuck's sake.
It's an IKEA house. Did he really buy a?
Yeah, he popped
Yeah,
up
I
on
saw
he popped up on my feed, and then a couple of days later he popped up again, and they had delivered the house, and he did a little tour of the rooms and stuff.
How it couldn't have been many. What was it's like one room and then a loft or some shit?
No, it was one main room and then a bedroom off the side of it, and it had a little tiny bathroom with a shower and a little kitchenette area.
Hey, listen, for 27 grand,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, probably not gonna. An expanding family might not be in the
No,
cards
but people
anytime
are getting
soon.
into that whole tiny house thing. And if that works for you, it couldn't work for me, but if that works for you, okay.
It could. Listen, if I were single, it wouldn't work for me even as a single person. Forget having a family.
Yeah.
It definitely wouldn't work for Chris's parents.
Not a chance.
It wouldn't work for Chris's parents' stuff.
So Chris's parents they'd have the tiny house, but I don't know if you've seen this, and you might have them down your way, Jess. In a lot of people in Maine, their garage is bigger than their house.
Mm-hmm.
They have a house, and then attached, they'll have a 3-bay garage, but they'll also have not just the 3 regular doors, they'll have the giant tall door as well
Yeah.
attached to it. I was at a house the other day that had 2 garages, and one was designed specifically for things like they had the 2 regular doors and then a big door attached to the house, and they had a big tractor in there. And then the other smaller garage, which was only 3 doors of the same size, they had smaller doors for 4-wheelers and their other stuff. But very, obviously a wealthy group of folks, but the garage attached to the house was literally 2 times the size of the house. What the fuck?
When I lived in Texas, there were a lot of houses that had what had at one time been servants' quarters. So it was like a separate house for the servants that now they rent out, or their kids live there or whatever. Oh, kind of like you have.
That's like what we've got up here. We've got one house, the main house. There's a second house. Then there's the tenants' quarters. Then there's the mansion with the slave quarters attached. And we went into the slave quarters yesterday. Apparently they walled it off from inside of the house back in the 70s, and nobody's been in this thing. So we opened the door and it fell off the hinges. The floor was rotting in, and oh my God. I can't believe how anybody could live like this. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Huh.
Well, yeah. I don't know if they were forced to live that way, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I would think they were a purchase, unfortunately, back in those times, and they were told what to do, and that's where they were told to live.
Damn.
Yeah.
God. So I lived when I was a youngster. I lived in a house in Massachusetts where there was our house, and then behind us there was a campground, a summer camp for kids, and there was a giant mansion. And this mansion, by the way, it's the first place I ever saw a dumbwaiter. And I also saw Aerosmith there. When I was about 12 years old, they were there recording or practicing to record an album in Massachusetts.
Wow.
But what was downstairs, that wasn't the big part. The big part was downstairs. So the house was about a quarter mile from a big lake. And there was a walled off area in the house. In the cellar area, stone walled off, and it turned out to be a tunnel, since much of it had caved in, that after research they discovered was used for transporting people who had been on the
Underground
Railroad from the house down to the water up to the house.
That's really cool.
Which was fucking, well, so here's the thing. Yes, cool, but I didn't know enough. I wish I had known more about that when that was discovered. We used to go in that house after the summer was over. We were in that house all the time. Neighborhood kids, you'd go in and you'd sneak in and you'd break in and you'd sit in the dumbwaiter and you'd go into you'd go explore, and there was tons of cabins, and kids always left shit behind every year, blah, blah, blah. And I wish I would have known more about it. I wish I would have been, I was really interested in Roman and Viking gods. I wish I had been more.
The fuck?
Well, I liked Roman mythology and Norse mythology when I was 11.
Brings us back to how often you think about the Roman Empire.
Still haven't thought about the Roman Empire, but I wish I would have had more knowledge about America back then, because that would have been much more interesting to me as an 11-year-old had I had any inkling on what the hell was fucking really going on there and what that all meant.
Yeah.
Because it was huge.
It's too bad there weren't any adults around you that were like, hey, this is what this was, and this is what that meant.
No, I was in foster care. I fucking lived with people who were looking to gather a check and beat the hell out of me.
Yeah.
They didn't care about what I knew. They cared about me shutting my mouth. Shut up. Take another hit, fucker. And getting up at 4:30 in the morning to milk a cow or milk goats. We didn't have a cow there. We had goats. Yeah, but I wish I would have known more about that shit, because I would have fucking explored that. I would have fucking dug that tunnel out. We would have been digging on that tunnel, trying to look for artifacts, because that was always a cool thing to, look for artifacts.
Yeah.
You always think you're looking for artifacts. I remember one place I lived in, we used to dig and we used to find arrowheads a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Native American arrowheads, it just piques your interest as a kid.
I always remembered as a kid, if you dug anywhere and you found like broken pieces of pottery or something, you were like, It's China. We're digging to China, and it must have made its way here.
Well, some of those old houses, so one old house I lived in, they had a family dump. because a lot of those houses they dumped their trash right on the property.
Mhm.
So you'd find but not the paper and shit. It was mostly glass, and you'd fucking dig through that shit for hours trying to find a bottle. And I found lots of bottles. We'd find all kinds of bottles, that had the writing on them and shit. None of it was ever worth anything. They weren't like treasures, but it just fucking outside all the time doing that shit. I got shot one time doing that.
Really?
Didn't get hurt.
Say more about that.
There was well, it's not really that big. There was a sand pit down below, and people used to go illegally and do clay duck shooting with shotguns. And I'm digging in the dump. With a foster brother. Dig. Bam, bam, bam. All of a sudden, pelt. I'm getting pelted with bird shot because they were too close and they were hitting us with the bird shot. It wasn't, it was leaving a little red mark. We weren't so close, but they couldn't see us. And you don't expect while you're on your own property, because that was a couple hundred acres, for someone to be shooting at you. But they were getting shot. Just how it is. And because I live country living.
Yeah.
A lot of country living, except for when I'm
that doesn't happen here, and I'm in the country. Well, it doesn't happen here.
Oh, wait, you live?
Yeah, we don't dig for glass.
No, you just get shot.
Well, that might be true.
There's some. Well, you're outside the city, right?
I'm well outside the city. I mean, I'm in Frederick. I'm well out of there.
You're in is Frederick? I don't know is Frederick country?
I mean, it's a little metropolitan city, but it's not like Baltimore.
Right. So it's not.
If he was in Baltimore, he'd be getting shot for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
No. I'd be dead. There'll be dead air on the other end of the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you might be dead because someone said something and you said, "Fuck off, fuck your mother." Oh, really?
That's
fuck
exactly
my
right.
mother? You're talking about my mother? Bam, 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 bam.
My mother's a goddamn saint. Fuck your mother.
You'd be done.
So
I could hear you saying it now, Chris. Fuck your mother.
No,
Done.
fuck your mother, motherfucker.
Speaking of Frederick, Chris texted me the other day about the Best of Frederick Awards.
Yeah.
And our former coworker Dina won Best Personality. So love that for her. Nobody on our former station won Personality, and the station itself took second place.
Yeah.
Which, considering that, I don't know what the ratings are now, but it used to be the biggest station in the market.
Didn't you win Best Personality after you'd already left?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, in fairness, the voting so I left in December of 2012, and I'm pretty sure the Best of winners came out in January of 13, and I won, which was hilarious because I wasn't there anymore, but also because I just knew it was pissing people off.
Yeah, well, that was the best part.
Well,
and let's note, Wally, it wasn't the Jess and Chris show. It was Jess. Jess got the award.
I have it.
Not
in
my
here.
fat ass.
I have it here.
So
Well, maybe you could write my name on it in Sharpie and send it up.
I will do that. Actually,
Okay.
When Chris sent me the thing, I was like, maybe next year I'll campaign and see if I can win again.
how fucking embarrassing for a station to fire or to get rid of people or to force them out. Yeah, well, you guys effectively got fired, right?
Well,
You know what? I don't really know what happened there. I mean,
I was going to be fired. I don't know if Chris was, but I for sure was going to be
well,
fired.
she was going to leave, and I was coming in to say, hey, I got a job as a PD in another city, and Doug, the general manager, wanted to talk to me about it. I said, okay. So I came in to talk to Doug. Doug was gone. These new people were there. We were brought into a fucking meeting, and boom, that was it. We weren't told to leave, but we left.
It was pretty clear that we were going to be asked to leave.
Yeah, there was going to be a we can't wait to run the radio station. It's really going to be good. I'm going to have a good time programming it. I'm like, is he firing you right?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And she's like, I think he is. And we both left the meeting. We both just got up and fucking
were
left.
those new owners?
No, it was the station was owned by Clear Channel, but it was in the trust. It was being operated by a trust.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
And the general manager was fired that day because of that piece of shit who filed the harassment charge against me. The GM was fired for not managing me better. And so we came into work that day. He's gone. This other guy from another station in the trust in Long Island is there taking over as GM. And he brings his programming guy from the Long Island cluster in with him. And that guy says in this whole meeting to everybody in the building, I'm looking forward to, or I'm here to move WFRE forward or something like that. And I was like, does he
got
know
a 70 share?
Does he know I'm right here?
Yeah, in the meeting, Wally, I looked at Jess and I was loud. I'm like, is that guy firing you right now? And she says, I think he is. And I looked back at her and I said, let's go. And we both just left.
Had you already had a Bartles and James at that point?
No, it was that later that afternoon. We got the gas station wine and started going to town.
I actually got I got called into a meeting, a one-on-two meeting with them later that day. And
I had left and gone to Winchester and come back. That's right.
Yeah. And they started telling me about, how I wasn't going to be able to just pull all my usual bullshit anymore. Like, not in those words, but basically that's what they were saying was you are no longer able to just freely do whatever you want to do. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I brought in this letter of resignation for Doug, but he's not here. So I guess I'll give it to you because I was offered a job in Memphis. I can leave in 2 weeks or today. Which would you prefer?
Oh, that's so good.
Now, did they give you an answer?
They said I think that was 2 weeks because I was allowed to go back on the air and I was allowed to finish out up until it was like 3 days before Christmas.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we were sitting there drinking the gas station wine. It was like, okay, that's it. All right, bye.
Yeah.
And that was the last time I saw Jess Wright face to face.
Yep.
God damn.
And it felt so good to be able to go, oh, look, you thought you just locked me down, didn't you? You thought you did something. The fuck you did.
Yeah. I lost. That's when I lost the job in here. The first job I was let go from here. It was the within less than 30 minutes of closing of the new owners. I was called in and was told, we've got some changes and, you could execute, or I said, nah, I'll go. They said, okay, well, then you're terminated if you don't want to follow through. Because Jess, you know how I am on changes.
Yeah.
Particularly when, and same in your situation, when you're sitting on the number one station in the market, the fuck changes are you going to make?
Right. Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What forward are you moving this station that I've just given a 23 share?
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
What forward do you have to go for there? And I can tell you something, forward is not the direction that station went.
Yeah. And the inmates were absolutely running the asylum at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my
that's the same thing that happened at the station I was let go on. It was bought by a television group and they owned it for less than a year before they unloaded it because they ran it into the ground in less than a book. Mm-hmm. Well, in less than 2 books. It was done. They tried to bring television principles and programming attitude and styles to radio.
Oh, because that always works.
Yeah, it doesn't work at all.
Every time.
And then my second and I had a job that afternoon. That's when I got offered a job from Citadel. What was that?
What was what?
The people talking?
Yeah. Was that me?
There's people talking? I don't hear it.
Jess, did you hear it?
I heard it.
I thought I heard women talking or something.
That's what I heard too. Chris, where are you right now?
At the grocery store, but there's nothing near me.
Bitches need to shut up.
Tell those hoes we're trying to do a podcast here.
Chris is gonna hey, you hoes, shut up. Chris is gonna get hit in the back. Who you calling a hoe? Bam! It wasn't me, I swear to God.
Fuck your mother? Wait, what? What?
And the second gig I got let go what was when I was working for Citadel, because I got hired by Citadel that afternoon. Same thing. That was a buyout and new people come in. And it wasn't even the change, just I was the programmer. Well, we're going to make some changes and goodbye. Same way. And that was a station too. Came off a great up book.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes they just have their own views.
They just got to make changes for the sake of making changes.
Well, I think they cut the head of the snake off and everybody else will follow. And that never happens.
No. At least back then there were more jobs available.
Yeah. It takes a certain amount of time to develop a relationship with an artistic group of people, because that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking creative people. Creative people are not like fucking people who work at McDonald's.
No.
They just aren't.
Wait, what?
Denigrate McDonald's. That's not to denigrate McDonald's. No, I'm sorry. You can't be a sandwich artist.
Oh, fuck.
Where do they work?
Ass.
Where do the sandwich artists work? I think they work.
That's a Subway, you fuck.
Is that a sandwich artist?
It is.
So, but they're just not. Creative people are fucking hard, and you have to work hard to gain their trust and to get them to, to follow the program.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get rid of the fucking person who's got it under control, but they always do. They always do. Hey, this is something that I've been seeing that I wanted to bring up. I am so tired of seeing crack. Ass crack.
I was waiting for you to specify whether you're talking about the drug or the butt.
Well, it used to be, it's somewhat acceptable to see the bent over or the squatted down ass crack. A mom picking up a kid, a plumber plumbing, a worker. When you're just walking, though, when you're just walking in your regular street clothes and you got more ass crack hanging out than you got pants covering your ass, not good.
I've never understood, and this may or may not be what you're talking about, but the guys who wear their jeans belted underneath their ass.
Yes.
Like, I don't, and it's not even just a black guy thing. I think it used to be just a black guy thing, but now it's not. And like, how is this still a thing in 2024? A, B, how is that even comfortable? And how the fuck are you walking around?
They ain't running.
Well, that's true.
That's why those fuckers don't get away as criminals. They can't fucking run. Their pants are
that was
low.
Wow.
Their pants are too low. They can't run. No, I was the other day. This is a lot has to do with girls in sweatpants. A lot of girls in sweatpants I've seen recently, women in sweatpants walking around with their cracks of their ass hanging out. Like, why are you doing that? It's not the underwear thing, the underneath, because those guys usually pull their underwear way up, but they just have their jeans or their whatever pants hanging down below. They usually have their underwear up. They're not showing ass crack. But there's a seems to be, at least around here, I've seen a sort of trend with a lot of.
How does that even work? Sweatpants naturally pull up.
Well,
I don't know.
Listen, if you wear sweatpants like me, they go underneath my belly roll.
I mean, mine practically come up underneath my boobs, but maybe that's because my boobs hang because I'm old and I'm sagging.
Wait.
Anyway, nothing.
What?
Jess said she's cinching up her boobs with the string on her sweatpants.
Wow, that's a nice pair of sweatpants. Thank you. They hold up my titties nice.
Hey, did you hear any more, or did you receive any more anything from Big Old Biddies or Titty Bitty Giddies guy?
No, I blocked him.
Oh, you blocked him totally, so you didn't.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
Yeah, as much as I would like to continue to be sexually harassed by a stranger on the internet for the benefit of the show, I went ahead and blocked him.
Would you prefer if I just sexually harassed you here? Would
You
that be better?
do every week. What's
Oh,
new?
I do. I do.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's sexual harassment. Jesus Christ. If that's sexual harassment, Jesus Christ, I'd hate to get in front of the HR office with you and Phyllis.
That's what I was
What
just
the
thinking.
fuck?
You better get the HR in here.
Holy shit.
At least I know you.
I mean, it's like, okay, Jess's tits are being held up by her sweatpants. Sexual harassment? I don't know. Jess has nice tits. Sexual harassment? Yes or no? I don't know. Where do we go from here, Jess? Where do we go from here?
I don't know. Have we tried not talking about my tits?
Not recently.
Okay.
Why start today?
Oh, my word.
So,
Can you
Wally,
ima-
how about your cock, buddy? How you doing? How's your cock?
Yeah, you know what? I'm using the string on my sweatpants to hold my cock up.
There you go. That's good. That's
You know,
good.
Yeah, it's a dual usage string.
Mhm.
It's very
That-
nice.
That's a beautiful thing. My cock's, 6 inches. You want all 6? I got to hit you 3 times with it. But, all right. Now that we've all talked about our body
Can
parts,
you
back to the
imagine
important
the-
part of the program?
So
Yes.
in real life,
Yeah.
this is real life, but in real life, if this sort of conversation happened with the three of us together in a place in the same location, looking at each other, somebody would for sure be
Pee
filing a
themselves.
claim on Jess's behalf. Somebody for sure would be going, and then he looked at her and said she was holding her tits up with her sweatpants. And then Chris said, nice
Could you
tits."
imagine that big voice announcer guy comes along? Have you overheard a podcast recording in session? You could be entitled to compensation.
It's all right, Chris. When the HR people call me, I'm going to tell them you didn't say anything.
The same
Okay, and
people
I would-
handling
I would appreciate that.
mesothelioma will now be handling big tits talk.
And Jess, the way that I figure that you wouldn't tell anybody is because you've got great tits. And that's why you wouldn't. HR will be fine. It will be fine.
Exactly.
Nobody wonders.
Could you that would be it right there. You'd go into court. Well,
Did he
He
say you
said
had
that-
great tits? Well, yeah.
well, I do have great tits.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look at
so
them.
what-
And they are.
They're perfect.
Give me a jury of my fucking peers. They don't fucking doubt me.
let them take a
fine.
look.
Of course,
You
my
have a-
peers are going to be some cocksucker like Wally sitting there going, yeah.
But see, I'm not a tit man, so I wouldn't be that guy. I'm growing pretty good breasts myself. I'm
Wow,
doing
your
a good job.
manneries.
Huh?
Your manneries.
Oh yeah,
Manneries.
my manneries are they're on the move. They're on the move, and I can still put a pencil under them and not be able to hold the pencil.
So
I'm still
I had
there.
a maid one time that came over, and she had huge jugs, and she said to me
Huge
one
jug.
time, she said to me one time, said, "You want to see the broomstick trick?" I said, "What's the broomstick trick?" And
Wait. Now hold on, Chris. Please set this up more. How old were you? When did this happen?
Within the past 5 years and at my house,
Okay, all right.
and within the past 2 years at my house, and this girl, she was recommended to me by somebody as a maid, and she came over and she said, "Broomstick trick." I said, "Yeah, broomstick." So she pulls up her shirt, pulls up her sports bra, and fucking holds a broomstick under her tits. And I
She
said,
exposed her breast to you?
she did. And I said, "Listen, that's wonderful, but I'm paying you to clean my house. Is this technically prostitution? I'm just curious." I'm just
Could you
curious.
please just dust? I've left $10
Are
over
you
there.
sure this wasn't a letter to Penthouse?
No. Are you sure it wasn't a Christmas greeting card written to
Dear
me?
Xavier
know?
Hollander, I never thought this would happen to me.
Yes. Good God.
How do you then leave money on a counter for that woman?
That's the thing, right?
How do you do that?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you definitely cannot tip her after that.
Well,
Because then she'll
I
think the tip is from the tits.
well, that's the thing. That's the problem.
No tit tipping. Can't do it. That would be a huge problem. So did you bring
Yeah.
her back?
Oh, she came back several times.
Did she have any other tricks for you?
No, there were no other tricks. There were no
Okay.
other tricks. I mean, but it was That was
Chris, want to see what I can do with this dollar bill? Want to see me open a bottle of Coke?
yeah. Hey, Chris, do you do you know what a queef is?
Let me show you. Wait, let me get comfortable first in this lounge chair.
This lounge chair with an ascot around my neck. You know,
Are
and
you
nothing
still
else
at
but
the
my
Giant
cock in
Eagle,
my
Chris?
hand.
Because
Huh?
somebody's reporting you to somebody at this point.
Oh no, I'm
Oh.
already back home. I'm staring at I assume that's a cow over there in the barn. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, I've got to say, Chris has lived some experiences.
Yeah.
There's
Go ahead.
a lot that has gone on in my life. That's for sure. And you know,
Experienced some wacky doodle things.
I brought a lot of it on myself. I'll say that.
Well, what could you have possibly done for a woman to look at you who is cleaning your house saying, "Hey, want to see the broomstick trick?" and lift up her shirt and show you her breast?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I told her she had nice tits.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Well-
Jess, it works with everybody. It's
Yeah.
great. It's
Yeah, but
great.
when you tell me I have nice tits, I do not lift up my shirt and stick a broom under them.
No, thank God you don't. But that time that you stuck a vacuum under him, humana. God damn.
Oh, my
Jesus
word.
Christ. Is that an auric in your pocket or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, my word.
Uh,
Oh, God, it's killing me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm an advocate now for no ass crack showing. I don't
Okay.
want to see it anymore.
Okay. All right. Wally has spoken.
But don't you find it gross? I find it gross.
I don't care that much what people wear.
it depends on whose ass crack it is.
If it's a dirty ass, you don't want to see it.
Well,
No.
I have the ability to turn my head in a different direction.
Jess, when you're caught off guard,
And
you're
I
caught
still
off
don't.
guard.
I still don't. Either way, I don't want to.
No, it is you're right. It's like a car wreck. Like,
Yep.
look at that. Look how much ass crack. Is that toilet paper? Oh my God. You don't want to see that stuff.
You're going to be okay. You're going to be
I don't
fine.
know.
You're going to be okay.
I don't know, because then what happens when they turn around going, "Are you looking at my ass crack? What the hell is with you looking at my ass crack? Can't you walk around without showing your ass
Well,
crack?"
then you have the right to say something back to them at that point.
Oh, you're going to get shot, Jess.
Okay.
This is Maine. You're going to get shot.
Okay.
People walk around with their
Yeah.
guns around here.
Well,
You're
you've
gonna
been
get
shot
shot.
before. You just finished telling us about it and you were fine.
I've been shot a couple times.
See?
Not
And
not
you're
with
fine.
penetrating, not with penetrating, but I got shot one time with a BB gun. Again, not penetrated, but hurt. I have not been penetrated to this point. Thank you, Lord.
Go ahead, Chris.
I know.
No.
Open the front door.
There's a fucking very low pitch about penetration, but I'm not taking it.
Well, I gave you the softball pitch.
And you know what, Wally? You shouldn't take it either.
I even gave you the softball there. Come
You
on.
did. I'm
Oh,
not playing.
Jess.
No.
Jess almost choked.
Didn't, though.
You almost choked.
Didn't,
I
though.
saw you. I was watching a movie with Jody earlier today called When in Rome. Josh Duhamel. That Josh Duhamel's a handsome boy.
He is. If I was to switch teams, he'd be first on my list.
I don't know if he'd be but he is a handsome guy, that Josh Duhamel.
You know
And
who would be
watch-
first on my list?
Who?
Let me think. Let's see. You probably like a more rugged guy. Mel Gibson.
No. George Clooney.
Yeah,
If I was going to
looks like a-
switch, George Clooney would be.
Well, yeah, you know what? I might agree with you. I do agree with you there, because he's very manly, but also very sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he could, slap your ass and then stroke your face.
He also looks like he'd appreciate it. So
Yeah, he does look like he appreciates it.
yeah.
Oh man, Chris and I have gone now into a different avenue.
Mm-hmm.
We're rolling down the wrong path. Who would be an absolute no for you, Chris?
An absolute no for me. The Leo DiCaprio. Jesus Christ, that was Freudian. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I think. Let's see. For me, I'm trying to. The guy who was in 9.5 weeks.
Mickey Rourke?
Mickey Rourke would be a definite no for me. Definite no. He is a scary looking man now with all those plastic surgeries, and he just looks like a mean fucker. And no Steven Seagal either. He's off my list as well. Jess,
Kurt Russell too is a no.
Jess?
Do what?
Who, Chris?
I said Kurt Russell. He's also a no.
Yeah, Kurt. Yeah, but he's kind of long in the tooth, though, isn't he? 70.
He is, but younger Kurt Russell. And who is the guy? David Keith. Is that his name?
David Keith.
Yeah, he was the father in Firestarter.
I don't remember.
Oh, that guy.
Look real quick. Yeah,
I'm gonna.
Let me look real quick. I think it was David Keith.
You guys are digging back pretty
David
far.
Keith. Yep, David Keith.
For your fantasy, for your fantasy man league.
Oh no, that's a no.
Yeah, I know, but still, no. I'm sitting here trying to think who would be a no, and I can't think of a single actor.
No, it would be an actress for you.
Yeah, for you, you would be an actress. What would yours be, Jess? Who would your switchover person be?
I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this conversation, and it's not a thing I've ever thought about. It's literally not a thing I've ever thought about.
Well, I've never thought about it either, but you
just got to have these things off the top of your head.
You got to be ready for this, Jess.
Rachel McAdams. Now, how about that?
Oh, Jess? Good Lord. Rachel McAdams is she's some kind of hot.
What are you thinking, Jess?
I don't know.
Jess, tell us what you're looking for in a woman, and we'll try to come up with an actress who fits that.
And it doesn't have to be an actress, just a famous person. And all of a sudden, Jess is sitting back and says, yeah, if I was going to switch sides, I'd like to fuck that Dottie West. That's who it would be.
Dottie West.
This brings me back to that conversation with Brad and the artist and the dead Patsy Cline.
Yes, and it's great, man.
The dead Patsy Cline would be a no for me.
Okay.
I do like a dead woman in a cowboy hat.
Lord almighty, I want a three-way with Dottie West and Polly Holiday. That's what I want. Jesus Christ.
You can hear them and more on the Buck Owens station.
You can kiss my dick. That's exactly what that would sound like. Yeah.
Oh, who's that? Flo, right? Flo.
Uh-huh. That was
I saw a thing on Facebook the other day. Jess, you're not getting out of this. We're just giving you a reprieve while you think.
I'm not thinking about it.
This is like the Jeopardy music going. Go ahead, Wally.
They were showing the Alice cast.
Yeah.
And they left Polly out, and they used the second Flo as their main character.
What, they used Jolene instead?
Yeah.
Oh, why? What the fuck?
Yeah. No way was Jolene better than Flo.
I follow Linda Lavin on Instagram. That woman is still out fucking kicking it. Okay. I mean, it's crazy watching her do these stage shows at casinos and, up in upstate New York and shit.
She's got the music in her.
She does, but she does this weird thing when she sings. Instead of singing like a normal person, like the theme to Alice that she sings,
Yeah.
She goes, I used to be sad. I used to be shy. What? And then she'll change
it up.
Funniest part is I'll never know why. What the fuck are you doing, Linda Lavin?
Did you see? You know what? Sally Struthers, who?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Sally Struthers is still. She comes to Maine every year and does the Gunquit Theater.
You mentioned that before.
Yeah, she's
that was the same day we talked about Joyce DeWitt still going out to West Virginia once a year.
Yeah.
I've sort of come around to your thinking, by the way.
I
think I mentioned.
There goes his microphone.
No, when I saw those pictures of Joyce DeWitt in Battle of the Network Stars.
Wally, hit your microphone.
When I saw those pictures of Joyce DeWitt in Hollywood Battle of the Network Stars.
Yep.
I came around to your thinking.
See?
Was that because her boobs were sticking through the shirt?
Yes. That's when yeah.
Wally, hit your microphone again.
I don't know. There, is that any better?
Yep.
Yeah.
I beat the hell out of my big microphone here. Sorry you guys had to see that.
That's all right. That's all right there. You're the Ike Turner of microphones. It's pretty good.
All right, Jess, who's your person?
I got nobody. I got nothing.
You really don't.
I really don't.
Fuck, man.
Well,
It's disappointing.
I know.
let's see. Okay, Chris, we're just going to have to judge by the men she has had relationships with who it would be.
Let's see.
Wow.
Would have to be
He's
no, come.
kind of an asshole.
No, but you gotta put in a little bit of a thief.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta
A
somebody
stalker.
gotta fuck around. I think
Jess, this is your life.
I think now who's the woman gonna be? Huh? That's a good question.
Melissa McCarthy?
No,
it can't be Melissa
no.
McCarthy.
I
don't
think
she fucked
How
around.
did you go from asshole stalker to Melissa McCarthy?
Well, I was thinking about her in the movie. I was talking
that
about
identity thief movie.
the Identity Thief. You got it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do. I
Jason
do
Bateman.
enjoy a sense of humor. So
with Jason Bateman. Yeah, but it has to be somebody who fucks around. You know who it would be? Fucks around is a fucking wackadoodle. Angelina Jolie.
I was gonna go between Angelina Jolie or Miley Cyrus.
you know
One of
what?
the two.
Angelina's hot.
But she's also a whack a fucking doodle.
Yeah, she's got enough red flags for me. That would work.
Yeah. She you think Miley Cyrus, Chris, really?
Yeah.
No, I think Miley Cyrus
Judd.
acts
Miley Cyrus.
wackadoodle, but I don't think she really is.
Yeah, I think
Really?
old Miley Cyrus. I think new Miley Cyrus is different. I think grown up Miley Cyrus is not as wackadoodle as Angelina Jolie.
Hmm.
All right.
Oh, wait. Who's the Johnny Depp girl? Who's that girl that
Amber,
Johnny
what's
Depp,
her name?
Yeah,
Amber
what's her
Heard.
name?
Yeah.
Amber Heard.
Yeah, her. Amber Heard.
I don't know enough about her to know whether I even have an opinion about that. I didn't pay any attention to any of that shit.
Yeah, well,
I couldn't even tell you what she looks like.
I'm thinking that's why you don't know enough about her. Boom, go with her. Go with it, Jeff.
Okay. All right.
All right, here. I was going to tell you about these guys. I don't know who.
It's like if I agree with you, I'm bound into a contract or something. For fuck's sake.
Bound into a
Fine.
contract.
Angelina Jolie and Amber Heard. Let's go.
Speaking
Cool.
of a contract, so I don't want to say who the insurance company is, but the insurance company that I insure with, I was trying to remove somebody from my insurance because we used to have our kids on our insurance, but they're grown now. We don't need to have our kids. In Maine, however,
Which
a
type of
licensed
insurance? Your car insurance?
yeah, auto insurance.
Okay.
In Maine, if someone lives at your address and they're of driving age, they automatically have to be on your insurance.
That's in a lot of
Same
places.
thing in Maryland too.
Yeah.
Fuck them, because my insurance. So my insurance has gone down $200 in the last. Well, it went down $100, $150 today. Because finally was able to remove a person from my insurance who shouldn't be on my insurance because they're not a licensed driver. I had to cancel my insurance and then sign back up for it
Wow.
in order to get them off.
You know what?
Yeah, that's
Insurance
fucked up.
companies, I know that I've complained about my health insurance before, and we changed companies as of the first of the year.
I'm sorry.
Well, it started out being actually a good thing because
Uh-oh,
the new
started out.
company, immediately I had my doctor submit my prescription for the migraine medication that the old insurance wouldn't allow me to have. And this insurance company immediately was like, yes, we would love for you to take that migraine medication. It is approved. Here you go. And I was like,
Nice.
hallelujah. This is great. I'm so glad we made this change. And then last week, I went to pick up the prescription for the medication that I take to sleep. And the pharmacy texted me and said, this is going to cost $400. Please call in to confirm you really want it. And so I
Wow.
called them and I said, no. I see the mistake. I switched insurance companies. You should have the new card on file, but just in case, here it is. And they said, yeah, no, the company rejected it. They would prefer that you take and they listed off a whole bunch of medications. And I was like, okay, let's consider the fact that my doctor and I discussed those medications and ruled them out because they have side effects and they have dependency issues. And this one doesn't. And this one actually works for me. So I had to call the insurance company. And they said, yeah, we would prefer you take one of these other. And I was like, okay, but my medical doctor who went to school for medicine suggested I take this medication. So
Jess,
is there some sort of prior authorization or something that we can do? Oh, yeah. Have your doctor call in and we'll do the prior author. Cool. Have my doctor call in. I get an email from the insurance company saying, yeah, we've gone ahead and denied that. We would prefer that you take one of these other medications.
Motherfuckers.
So I just got a message from my doctor today saying that before they will allow me to have the medication I've been taking for a year that actually allows me to sleep, I have to fail at 2 other medications on their list. One of which I just looked up, the one she's going to start with because it has no dependency issues, does not help you at all with the onset of sleep, which is literally my whole problem.
So is that the doctor helping you out by giving you something that she knows won't work, or knows won't work?
Probably, but I have to fail at both of them before.
How long do you have to fail for?
I don't know, but after I'll try this one for a month, and then I'm probably not going to try the one that has dependency, and I'm just going to say I failed. So,
hey, can we take a break from the show for a month?
I've got more pressing questions. Jess, are they still going to cover your diaphragm or not?
Chris, what need would I possibly have for a diaphragm? I'm 51.
Are
you fucking with us or are you really cutting out?
No, that was me fucking with you, Jess. That's very good.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Do you hear my pussy?
Well, now you need the
hear my
diaphragm,
pussies?
Jess. Chris is fucking with you. There you
Here's
go.
the pussies.
I still can't get pregnant.
Say hello. Say hello. Say
Yeah,
hello.
Hello?
Fuck both of you.
Hello?
I said hello.
There you go. There they go.
I don't.
Now they're talking.
I don't understand. Fucking insurance sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It just, and then I canceled it with one person and they said, oh, well, your umbrella insurance now, you have to do something with that when you insure through somebody else because it's an underwriter for this, blah, blah, blah. So I have this umbrella insurance to cover us in case, somebody fucking is working at the house and falls and
right.
The house insurance doesn't cover it. So blah, blah, blah. You got to pay so much for insurance. I hang up with this guy who I'm completely frustrated with. I'm looking at Progressive to go with a different insurance, yada, yada. So I just call them back because I'm unsure. Liberty Mutual. I'm unsure what I need to do for this underwriting bullshit or this underlying insurance. So I get a new person on the line, yada, yada, yada. And I tell her what's going on. She goes, why did you cancel your insurance? You've been with us for 15 years or whatever. We've actually been with them for like 25 years. And I said, well, the other guy said, blah, 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 blah. She goes, well, hold on a second. She comes back, she goes, no, that's not true at all. You didn't need to cancel. We just dropped them off. We just take them off. So I had to go through the whole fucking thing. And then here's a beautiful bonus. She said, all right, so if you do auto pay, you get another discount. But I can't see your information for your auto pay, your routing number and your account number, your checking number. So you'll have to give me that. They don't show us that number because they want to protect your information.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
So,
you'd think that was the case. And so then she says, okay, read to me.
Yeah.
They
don't want to protect your information that much.
And your account number. And then I had a good laugh with her and because she asked me a second time, oh, can you repeat that account number? And then I had a laugh. I said, this is so crazy. She didn't get the joke right away. She didn't get the irony in what we were talking about. And then so I started to explain it to her and she said, oh my God. I said, yeah. And when you asked me for the second time, I figured you missed a number when you were writing it down to call your African friends and give them my information. and we had a good laugh.
Hmm.
But fucking insurance is tedious, motherfuckers.
Yeah, some bullshit too.
It is some bullshit because it's all stacked against you. And how fucking state government allows this shit to happen? Well, we know how they allow it to happen.
They're getting
they
paid.
Yeah, they're getting paid to do it. You know, they get fucking 8 lawyers on some committee taking them out to a golf trip and a couple of good dinners in some whorehouse. And next thing you know, yeah, I think that's a good idea. You should automatically get people's money
Mm-hmm.
if they have somebody that lives on the same street as them that might have a driver's license. What happened? Yeah, it's well, yeah, I think it's a good idea. If you're getting kickbacks from this medication maker to use their product, I think it's a good idea that you should only be able to allow payment for that medication.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Give her the shit.
Forget the fact that she's been taking it for a whole year and it's already working for her. Let's stop the whole thing and not let her have it at all.
Yeah, it's just so fucked up. And again, I had the same problem last week when I reordered my fucking pregabalin. Same fucking problem. They wanted to charge me what you said. I think it was $270 or something like that. Like what? What? And I got to go through the whole thing again with them. Like what the fuck? It's $10 copay. Fucking leave me alone.
Yeah.
It is sort of interesting that medications cost that much. How is that possible?
When it costs 30 cents to make it?
I mean, I realize they put millions, hundreds of millions of dollars into developing it. Really, they don't, though. Really, the hundreds of millions of dollars comes from you and me through federal grants to colleges and universities throughout this country.
Yeah. And
a lot of those medications are developed by colleges and universities who do endless amounts of research and fucking people trying to get their PhDs and shit, and they're working in fellowships.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah. I've strayed too far. I realize that. I'm sorry. I've gotten into an area where people are probably not interested in, but I take great interest in it because it costs me fucking money, and I'm getting to be an old guy.
Almost everybody has to get one prescription or another, and this affects people.
I was thinking today, as I was loading up my pill box for the week, I was thinking today, what the fuck is going to happen when my wife no longer works with the company she works with, where she gets insurance, and then I got to get some fucking government-sponsored insurance, whatever it is, Medicaid, I don't know what old people get. We get Medicaid or Medicare, whatever it is, and they only pay for fucking half of those medications. I'm going to be in that, that group of people who are making a decision about, should I have the apple for dinner or should I take a medicine?
Let me tell you something. It is kind of terrifying to think about aging because my parents are, I think I mentioned this last week, that they're about to go into assisted living.
Yeah, they're both doing.
And I have been trying to help as much as I can because they're not really able to do all of the things for themselves. And so I was talking to the woman at the assisted living place. It's almost $7,000 a month.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, I knew that the money could be figured out with what my parents have, but if for some reason it's determined that they can't afford this, what other options do they have? And the woman was kind of like, don't even get me started because this drives me insane. But she starts listing off all these other options where there's this kind that doesn't have the medical care that they need. And there's that kind that liquidates their assets first. And there's not any good options that are much more affordable than the assisted living place they're going to. And so they're if they didn't have the means to do this, then their options would be to live in this house where it's falling apart and it's becoming unhealthy for both of them because they can't take care of it or each other.
Yeah. So I fucking hate making political sort of commentary because I know that's not what we do, but this fucking country does such a piss poor job at taking care of the indigent, the elderly, and just people in need in general.
Yeah.
But do such a shit ass job at it.
If there's something we can look forward to, it's the Super Bowl next month or next week when Taylor Swift tells us who to vote for to fix everything.
Oh, how beautiful is that conspiracy theory?
It's the best.
How fucking beautiful is that? Chris, are you aware of this one?
Nope.
Oh, great. Go ahead, Jess. I'm
So-
gonna let you tell it.
As the conspiracy, now there are a couple. First of all, as we know, Taylor Swift, the billionaire, is only with Travis Kelce because if he wins the Super Bowl, he's getting $70,000.
Of course.
But then also, this whole Taylor Swift at the Kansas City games is part of a conspiracy where the game is rigged and Kansas City is going to win so that Taylor Swift can get on TV and tell us to vote for Biden.
Yeah, she's going to endorse Biden. Her and Travis are going to endorse Biden for president. It's all a conspiracy that they're going to do that when they.
It's literally the only reason I'm watching the game.
It's so
so Taylor can tell me who to vote for.
These fucking nimrods. It's so hard. It's so hard not to say, you Republican fucking idiots.
You don't even have to say Republican fucking idiots. You can just say fucking idiots.
But because everybody knows it's and it's not Republican. I'm sorry, that's the wrong. It's extreme right wing Republicans.
Right.
But they're so extreme.
Like
they're so extreme.
I mean, it started with the only reason she's with him is because she's a gold digger.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was. I saw a post today about them saying. I saw a post about Taylor Swift today. Now, I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan.
Doesn't matter.
I have come around to being to recognizing that she is one fucking good songwriter.
She's a good songwriter, and she's a good human being.
Yeah, she is a good human being. You're absolutely right. And so there was some people there was a post, with 30,000 comments about, well, her parents were rich and they helped her get started. I got to tell you what, I made a comment. And my comment was, isn't that what your parents are supposed to do? Help you get started on a path to success.
And her parents were not billionaires. Let's be clear.
They weren't billionaires. They might have been upper middle class.
Mm-hmm.
Had some bucks. Yeah, gave her some advantages you might not get if you didn't have money.
Mm-hmm.
But she still fucking had to do the work.
Like, why? What is the benefit of tearing somebody like her down? It makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
Trying to negate anything about her. You don't have to like her music. You don't have to like anybody's music. Everything isn't for you, but she's
I don't know if you know it,
decent
Jess.
Human being.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Jess. Taylor Swift does not consider me in her target demo.
What?
I know.
This is shocking
Ridiculous.
information. Let me sit down.
I know that a 60-year-old man is not her target demo
Mm-hmm.
until it comes time to pay for the tickets for my grandchildren to see her show.
Right.
Then I become a target of something.
She just wants the money at that point. She still doesn't care whether you like her music.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, it's so fucking insane.
Because she's a gold digger.
And then here's the other one that I saw too. The big deal about what the fuck's his name? Bud Light guy. Who's Bud Light guy?
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. That concert with Kid Rock Take America Back concert, or whatever the fuck they call their tour. Kid Rock and whoever he's touring, Toby Keith, maybe it is he's touring with, or
I doubt it's Toby Keith. He's fighting stomach cancer currently.
no. So whoever is I Love America country singer, who's the I Love America guy? Who's the other really I Love America? Not
John
like
Rich?
No, not him, but it could be him.
Travis
Anyways,
Tritt?
we're talking about how their I'm gonna have to look it up. How their concert tour has made more money than Taylor Swift that broke their record. What is it called?
I doubt that. Because
yeah,
you don't see anybody saying that Kid Rock's concert single-handedly boosted the economy of any town.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where Kid Rock and oh, here it is. Jason Aldean, I guess it is maybe. No, it's not Jason Aldean. I don't know who it is. Kid Rock and whatever that fucking. Anyways, but they it's like yeah, I guess it is. It's the Kid Rock Jason Aldean tour. That they're breaking records with whatever they call their fucking
Rock the Country tour.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, there you go. Well, why does it matter? Again, so there's another one of my who the fuck cares? Just fucking enjoy the show. Just enjoy the music. Oh, they're doing better. And of course the insinuation is that she is a liberal in my back pocket and they're real America. Them guys is real America.
Yeah.
And the rest of us is not real America. If you like Taylor Swift, you're not real America. Yeah, okay.
Taylor's laughing all the way to the bank.
Shit, I would be too. I'd like to help her carry some of that money in. And listen, while you're laughing, drop a few coins. I'll pick up those shekels.
Right.
I could use a few.
Right.
I'll be all about it. Go ahead. You laugh all you want. I'll pick up that cash, baby. Hey, Chris, you know what? You don't sound so bad.
Well, because I'm not talking much.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh,
God.
It's so seldom I get to take a swing at Chris. I never get to swing it. He never, you know what, Chris? You don't ever you never give opportunities for the big easy softball smash over the fence, do you?
I try not to let a lot of low-hanging fruit lie.
No, you do not let a lot. Well, get another 10 years on you. You'll have some low-hanging fruit.
other than my testicles, but they're more vegetables than anything.
Yeah, you'll be calling them a pendulum soon enough.
You guys,
Yes.
my cup's almost empty. We need to wrap this up.
Yeah. Mine. I've got 2 sips left.
Yeah, I need to fall asleep. I feel
What
like
exactly are you drinking in that cup?
Me?
Yeah, because you're lip smacking.
Because it's delicious.
All right, you guys. Enjoy your week.
All right. Hey,
Chris,
Chris,
well, too.
feel better, my friend.
Chris, do you have a joke for us, or is the man cold
I got nothing.
taking-
I'm dead today.
taking away the?
He's got flu B.
Okay.
Yeah. Flu B. I'm going to put some preparation H on my flu B and see if I can get some, I don't know, something from it.
Good luck.
Hey.
In a roaring stadium, their silence is deafening. 136 Israelis are still being held hostage by Hamas. Bring them home.